We're here to talk about fingering, and Laura Tillman is back with us. I'd like to show you, this is, as far as I'm concerned, the Bible of technical studies. This is Herbert L. Clark's book of technical studies, and I really recommend buying one and studying it. But for the moment, you can print out on your computer an exercise I've written, inspired by Mr. Clark, that Laura and I are going to do right now. The next thing you need to get is a metronome, because it's very important in technical studies to be precise. And you need a mirror to make sure that you're watching your embouchure while all of this goes on. Now, Laura, there's the exercise in front of you, and it's basically some scales. Now, we're going to start playing these. I want you to do a small crescendo. You remember what we did before with the slides and the buzz, except this time we're doing the slide, but we're putting fingers down at the same time.
Right.
So the metronome is important so that you gauge how much slide you use when you put the fingers down.
Okay.
And I'm going to start this. We'll set the metronome on 60 for a quarter note, and here we go. You play that, please.
Okay.
Okay.
Almost.
All right, we got to practice this, don't we?
Right,
We need to
right.
get that under your finger. The first thing to do, even before you decide to play with the metronome or you decide to start working, you have to make sure you're playing the right notes and that you know what the pattern is. So very slowly, once again, Laura, listen. Okay,
All right.
slowly, make sure we have them all together. Excellent. Ran out of air. didn't we? Okay. The next thing, first point I want to make is that do not accept your mistakes when it comes to practicing technical exercises. If you've played a wrong note, stop and go back and take the whole exercise again, because if you accept a mistake, you're learning a bad finger pattern.
Right.
These things become patterns in your head the more you do them. Now the next, did you notice how loud you played that? Okay, I'd like you to play it softer.
Okay.
And I'd like you to get louder as you go higher. Okay. Excellent, much better, much improved. Now, did you notice your embouchure again, Laura? Do you notice when you get down to C sharp or something, you want to do something with your chin to pop those C sharps out?
Yeah.
And in fact, see, this is one step beyond the slide. We're going to take that slide and then we're just adding chromatic notes to it. But we're still, with our embouchure, doing. Did you see me doing anything to pull that out?
No.
Okay, now I want you to go a little higher because this is low on the horn. Let's buzz again.
Okay.
Try that, just
All right.
buzz it. Okay, you forgot to push with the air. There's so much you have to remember. We're starting to put layer upon layer. You have to remember to push with the air because it helps the slide.
Right.
Okay? So this is one step beyond that embouchure lesson we had before. Now we're putting our fingers to it. But we're still doing all the same things we did before. Here again, we'll start on the B this time.
Okay.
Wonderful. You're doing very well. Now, you notice also when I do it, you see how exaggerated sort of my fingers are when I'm starting? I'm really pressing those valves down. Now, I'm trying to make this hand strong and make it work. So you do the same thing.
Okay.
Again, start it softer and make a bigger crescendo as you go higher.
All right.
And then we'll start putting it to some metronome time.
Okay.
Okay, you have to pay particular attention to that mouthpiece and that movement when you get below a C. And this is once again why I tell you to put that mirror there. If you see it, don't let yourself get away with the mistake. It's also why you need to go to a teacher, so we can bother you like I'm bothering Laura. You want to make sure that these habits are developed in a productive way and not one that you're going to have to change later. Okay, Laura, you give it a try. I'm going to start the metronome at about 65, and this will be a quarter note.
All right.
Okay, good luck.
Thanks.
Okay, now you're off the metronome.
Yeah.
And we're still trying to read these notes. Okay? So when you go home and practice, and when you practice at home, get the finger pattern down first. Make sure you know what note you're going to play. And then start up the metronome, and don't let yourself slide. Be hard. It's important that you practice these exercises and give yourself no quarter at all. You have to be hard on yourself. Practice them till they're right, and practice them slowly. Once again, give it a shot, Laura. Good luck.
All right.
Okay, now try the E. Hit the metronome, please.
All right.
You don't rush because you know it. 2, 3. That's very important when you're practicing these exercises. Don't rush them. Play them with the metronome, and make sure that your fingers are very precise. Blow through them. Support the sound as it goes up, and be very precise with your fingers. It takes a lot of practice, and it can be work. But believe me, if you play them right, you're going to be playing the trumpet better than you ever have before. I promise you. Sooner or later, you're going to be going. Okay? Go to work. Thank you, Laura.
No problem.